What's going on, everybody? What's good? Welcome to another episode of the Queen Candy Podcast on another edition of our Sunday Positivity Talk. We hope that everybody is doing good, staying safe, taking care of yourselves out there. Um, this month, for those that do not know, is Domestic Violence Awareness Month. Last month, we on the Queen Candy podcast were talking about Suicide Prevention Month and how ironic domestic violence awareness comes right after that. We actually don't even think we knew that, which is odd considering the fact that we are a 4-time, 5-time survivor of domestic violence, our past couple relationships. And yes, this is one of the reasons why we're going to be talking about this all month. We have experience, fighting with um, person we were in a relationship with at the time, whether it was verbal, physical, emotional. For those that don't know as well, domestic violence doesn't always have to be physical. That's one of the worst things you could ever really do to somebody. Physical, emotional, especially verbal, because it's like those scars, sometimes they heal, a lot of times they heal, but we know this from experience. What you can say to a person, what we allow people to do to us, whether you male or female, stays in people's heads. It's called trauma. And especially when you've experienced violence as a child, you know what? Even if you've had the best life, you never know who could become a victim, let alone a survivor of domestic violence. Now, we don't have any numbers, any statistics, or any who goes through more, male or female, or who hurts the most, male or female. We don't have any of that. Um, this month, we just coming to y'all with what we know. And what we know now under righteousness, under the Honorable Elijah Muhammad's teachings. Following Master Fard Muhammad to be praised forever, which will be Allah in the flesh. This is what we coming to y'all with. Somebody out there, hate to say this, is so unfortunate and sad, is going through that right now. We know because yes, we did go through it. Feeling like you in a prison, fear, like you living on pins and needles, and this is someone, like we said, whether you male or female, that's supposed to be the one to protect you, that's supposed to be the one to love you and be honest and faithful and everything. And this is the very same person, whether you male or female, that put you in danger. Because believe it or not, men go through it too. Not gonna say how common it is compared to women. Like we said, this is not a competition. But our whole thing is people out there are going through it. And especially, hate to say this as well, but especially if you have kids, they really the main ones that's gonna suffer anyway. We can say from our own personal experience, we watched our own very first episode of domestic violence. And it really messed us up as a child because, when you see that, you think it's normal. You think it's normal to argue and, to cut each other and hurt each other and, to be so verbally abusive and emotionally abusive, physically abusive. We don't even know which one is worse. but everybody's different. So of course, everybody heals in their own way. And we're going to keep saying this the whole hour, whether you male or female. Sometimes it takes a long time to heal from that. And only can speak from a woman's perspective. We blame ourselves. We feel like it's my fault. I deserve this. I shoulda, coulda, woulda. I probably should have left them alone, or I should have left her alone. I shouldn't have asked where you was or why you coming in late or whatever, because that's what abusers do. And the person that's putting their hands on you, anybody, they're an abuser. We know this from experience. They always tend to blame you. Always tend to blame you like it's your fault, like you made them do it, and you have some kind of control over them. And we all know that's bogus. We all know that's very bogus. That's what we would like to call a narcissist. And we're going to make that adamant to look up that definition this month. Someone who controls, manipulates, lies, plays the victim. It's all about me. Feel sorry for me. They don't get their way. You the bad guy. You can't even tell them, I don't like how you disrespect me. I don't like the way you talk to me. I don't like the way, you call me out of my name, or you degrade me, belittle me. You can't even say things like that to a narcissist without them getting offended. Now, mind you, they're doing the same thing to you, but you're the problem. We, ladies and gentlemen, have been through one too many relationships, and never to say we perfect, not by a long shot. Not saying we didn't make our share of mistakes or bad choices. We're not saying that. But did we deserve? Do you deserve? Absolutely not. To anyone that may even hear this show, no, you do not. And believe it or not, and we're going to say this again at the end of the show, you're the only one that has the power to change that. We always believe if, keyword if, people really want to, they'll change. But a lot of us will only change for the right person. After going through what we went through, we don't necessarily recommend that. You change for you. We always do that. We get into these relationships and we want to change and be better for them or for our kids or, for our friends and family and colleagues, co-workers, all that. No, you change for you. Because you can do so much for another person, never appreciate it. For real. They never will appreciate it. You will be the bad guy. It's like you've never done anything for them. And we've heard that too. And everything we're saying, by no means, because these people ain't that important. Are we holding a grudge? Or, trying to bring up the past or nothing like that. For those that have heard our show, y'all know we share a little bit of our personal experience, our healing journey, because we're still healing too. We ain't afraid to say that. We're still healing too. And, we still getting, and we will always be getting back to the person that loves themselves, that wants to live and take care of themselves and do better. We always going to be going through things. But, it's your attitude and your determination, like we said, to change. And we believe people can. As naive as that's going to sound, we believe people can. But unfortunately, a lot of people don't. There's so much evil and hate, backstabbing, lying, cheating going on in this world that nobody even wants to be righteous. Nobody even wants to walk down the righteous path. Everybody wants me, I, me, mine. Like we said a minute ago, things to go their way. They don't. They acting like a 3-year-old. We wish we could say it's gonna go like that, but it's just not. Um, our experience, the things we've gone through, unfortunately, our kids witnessed some of it. Did our best to protect them from most of it, but unfortunately, that wasn't always the case. And like a lot of people, we didn't know better. Like we said, we thought it was normal, we thought it was love, we thought it was cool, we thought it was okay, and we were wrong. Words we don't use often, we were wrong, completely wrong. That's not love. Love is shown through action, through support. Of course, being faithful, not being no harmonger. If you're gonna do that, we wouldn't even suggest you do it single, but at least don't get no relationship if you don't plan on doing right by the person. And we all know, just like with domestic violence, men, women, they play the role. Be a sweetheart, be perfect, whether you male or female. Bait you in, then it's like the whole 360. We know because we've seen it. I'm gonna take care of you. I got you. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do bam, 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 and we fell for it like a slave in heat. And we mean the one on all fours, the ones I like to call pets that you keep in your house. Just to make that clear, we fall for it. And if you're anything like what we went through, you sitting here like, how the hell did this spiral out of control so fast? How did I let it get this far? One thing we need to remember, one of the things we need to remember, you cannot control anybody else. See, we always like to do things and blame it on the other person, but when you gossiping, you hurting somebody, you harming them, you cheating on them, whatever, it doesn't reflect them at all. It reflects on you. It says nothing about their character. It says volumes about yours. The lack of love you have for yourself, because if you loved yourself, you wouldn't be harming your spouse, talking down to them, cheating on them, belittling them. And we ain't saying relationships, we ain't saying marriage is always perfect, nah. But we had this conversation with our husband too. Like, we know we're gonna go through things. But as long as ain't nobody cheating, and this is what we said, or we ain't putting our hands on each other, we can work it out. We really learned that these past couple years. We can't even tell you how many times out of anger said something we weren't supposed to, but we're still here. Because despite everything, we know we're meant to be here. Um, this is not by accident. This ain't no coincidence. We knew it. We can feel it. And after going through so much hell and pain and hell, loneliness, heartache, we can go down the list. Feeling like a loser, like we was never good enough, like we wasn't worthy. And all the gossip and the drama we fed into, just our own experience. We just like, we are so glad Allah's the greatest. We're not there no more. We are a lot stronger. We don't have to prove anything to anybody. We are who we are. We love the mistakes we make when we mess up, and the way we pushing ourselves, doing new things, whether it's one little step at a time. We couldn't do this before. There was always some kind of hindrance or drama or arguing or something going on, and it was in our past relationships. Everything looks so good on the surface, but you never know what people are going through behind closed doors. And some of us, a lot of us, are in fear. We're afraid to speak up because we feel like people are going to judge us and ain't nobody going to understand. And they very well are going to judge you. But remember, they ain't even got their life together. So that is irrelevant. You fix yours. You fix your house and stop worrying about mine. That's it. That's all, y'all. So what we about to do, people, is take our first little break and play some music for you guys. And then we will be back on the Queen Candy Podcast on another episode of our Sunday Positivity Talk. We are talking about domestic violence awareness, y'all. We will be back. All right, you guys, and just like that, we are back on the Queen Candy Podcast on another episode of our Sunday Positivity Talk. So, for those that are just joining us, October, for those that do not know, is National Domestic Intimate Partner Violence Awareness Month. And this is something that needs to be done every day. Our personal opinion, not every month. But it is what it is. What can we do? But anywho, October is National Domestic Violence Awareness Month. Also known, and we didn't know this either, Intimate Partner Violence Awareness Month. So safe to assume that you're in a relationship with somebody, y'all intimate and whatnot, and domestic violence unfortunately occurs in people's lives, relationships, families, so on and so forth. And like we said before the break, Um, a lot of people are, afraid to speak up and, tell their story about what they've gone through, especially Black women, because nobody ever really believes us. Nobody ever really takes our side, and everybody always asks. The first thing they ask is, "Oh, excuse us, what did you do?" Or why didn't you leave? Or why? Not, let's get some help. Let's get some resources. Let's get her out of this. Like we said, we got blamed for so much in our past relationships. We even had people lie and say they've never done anything to us. So, like we said, we know, but we was not, especially at that time, and definitely not now, because now we can take everything we've gone through and use it as a learning experience. And like we said, just share our story and whatnot. Now, for those that don't know their definition of the word violence, it can, come across to some people as, just meaning like physical abuse. Like we just said a second ago, that can make it hard for them to either come forward, tell somebody what they're going through, or they may know somebody that's going through it, but they're afraid to interfere. If you know somebody, especially, don't. There's always like a safe place. That's what we used to hear when we were going through our situation. It's always a way, but unfortunately, like we said, you can't control other people. And when you smitten and in love and you think you are, and this person is just perfect, you never see them signs coming. We saying it. We tell y'all, we know this from experience. It can come out of nowhere, and like we try to hide other things, especially when you're going through domestic violence. We try to hide that too, but eventually, just like a bad relationship, job, you unhappy, it's gonna show from the inside out. We always think we do such a good job with hiding and, concealing what we're going through. But the biggest thing people could tell with us is that we used to lose weight a lot because we used to not eat for days when we would get stressed or going through something because we so focused on, you know, taking care of everybody else and not taking not one little bit of care for ourselves. But we thought, we had it under control, everything was good, nope, we saw it. And when people would go to hug us, they'd be like, well, why are you not eating? Why are you stressed out? Why are you going through blah, blah, blah? And, eventually we start singing soprano, telling everything. Going through that with someone that claims they say they love you, it's like, that's how they come across. Like we said, the perfect gentleman, the perfect lady, and, marry you, whole 9 yards, even had kids. And then, like we said, out of nowhere, like a punch in the face, literally, it's like your first thought, how could this person be doing this to me? They said they loved me. They said they was going to protect me. And it's just like the police. They're supposed to protect and serve, right? That's their little fake oath they took. How's that going? I think I know the answer to that question. But we just say that to say, just like with our husband, one of his duties is to protect us. And sometimes they get on our nerves, we ain't even finna lie, but we understand the whole mission of why he does that. And that's something we had to learn. But not everybody lives up to that. The main person that's supposed to love you and be faithful and protect you is the same one that's putting you through so much hurt and pain. And number one thing they do, it's your fault. You made me do this. No, you chose to. You didn't get your way, or you had a bad day, or it was already there just waiting to come out. It's crazy. Um, Different ways this can come to light, y'all. Mainly, like we're talking about now, physical violence. Cut you off from your friends, your family, your loved ones, even your job. You socially and physically isolate yourself. These are some of the changes that happens when you're going through domestic violence, male or female. Emotional abuse, like we talked about a minute ago, calling a degrading name, belittling, talking down to a person, making threats. And this one's really petty to us, controlling and limiting people to money. Especially if you married, seriously, real talk, you should never do that. Don't be throwing stuff in people's face and all that mess. That's now you just a child, like a baby begging for attention, throwing temper tantrums. If I can't have you, nobody else can type person. And them type of people, we don't take that lightly. They're crazy, psycho, and not in a protective, like, dominant male kind of way or female. We talking about just because you want to have control or power over somebody when you're supposed to be equal. Y'all supposed to compliment and upset each other. This is common, especially amongst our people. We don't even know how to come together, cooperate, or lean on each other. We don't know how to do none of that. We too busy killing each other, hurting each other, backstabbing, lying, cheating, stealing, a whole 9 yards. We too busy doing all that. Look, like we already said, y'all, it can be hard as hell to know what to do. Whether you going through it, like we said, or somebody else that might be going through it. You matter. Don't let, for anybody, like we said, we don't know if anyone's even going to hear this, but don't let the insignificant opinions of other people, especially ones that's hurting you, define who the hell you are. Nobody deserves to go through that. To all my black sisters, y'all are beautiful. We need to rise up and be better queens, and we mean real ones. We just saw a girl today deliver our food, some booty shorts on and all that. We have to have some worth within ourselves. Not saying we don't need a man. We're not saying none of that. But whether you by yourself or not, all that has to come from within. We're telling y'all from somebody that's been through this. We didn't have any of that. We settled. Yes, we saying it. Take it as a shot, however you want. We don't care, but we telling the truth. We settled. We didn't know our worth. We thought, like we said earlier, that was love. It's not. We didn't have a lot of love for ourselves, a huge lack of love for ourselves. And we allowed so much behavior and so many red flags, we kicked ourselves and had to forgive ourselves and realize, no, I didn't deserve that. I did not deserve to go through that. There's no way in the world that they ever had any amount of love for me. Love doesn't make you harm somebody. It doesn't make you lie, cheat, or keep secrets. Our husband always tells us all the time when we let him use our phone. He notices that. Do you know how freeing that is? We ain't got to hide nothing. We've never really had nothing to hide, but it's freeing. We can pick up his phone. He can pick up our phone, tablet, computer. We don't care. Pretty sure he knows we know male people from our past or whatever. We know he does. There's no insecurity. There's no jealousy. There's no competition. There's no, why you ain't text me? We make all those jokes. But why you ain't text me? Babe, I want to go to the movies. No, you ain't going. Or babe, I want to go hang out with the boys. No, you ain't going. It's our husband real quick. You want to go hang out? Do you? Go chill. We're not even insecure like that. Just don't be coming home all late. That's the only thing we ask. And pretty sure it's vice versa. But like we say, we don't control nothing. He need our help with money or go out or just chill, have some time to himself. Go ahead. Because we'll trust you. Don't get us wrong. Like we said, we know, believe it or not, there are some good people out here. There are. And man, pretty sure it's freeing for him, you know, and the feeling mutual. That's what you're supposed to be in, especially a relationship and a marriage under righteousness, not your cool, with that 6,000 years of knowledge. We're talking about a marriage under Master Fard Muhammad, to whom be praised forever, under the nation of Islam, as taught by the most honorable and humble Elijah Muhammad. That's what we're talking about. No paperwork, no rings, don't need none of that. It's already honored and approved by Allah. Don't have to prove nothing to nobody else. And we say all that to say that's how you should be. Free, calm, cool, relaxed. You shouldn't be afraid of your partner, male or female. You shouldn't be afraid to talk to them about certain things. You know, it's nothing wrong. You can agree or disagree. Like we said, y'all, believe it or not, everything in our life, whether how ugly it was, don't even matter. But has led up to us now. And we didn't know it at the time, but Allah was sending us through all that, and especially right now. We may not understand all the time, but eventually we get our answer because we talk to him every day, all day, every day. You know, it's one of the things that keeps us sane and calm. And of course, our husband, he's the only person we even listen to other than Allah and the messenger. Real talk. It's brought us peace. That's why we wish people would be so more open-minded to learn Islam. After everything we've been through, we realized we were doing it wrong. We had to change, and it helped us heal. You know, we pushing ourselves to take better care of ourselves. Our body is changing. You know, we ain't having no nightmares. You know, getting in control of our emotions. That's going to be the biggest thing for us. Getting in control of our emotions is helping us to change and grow and be better. Especially be a better sister captain to help our husband, be a better wife, be a better mother, you know, as best as we can. You know, we not sweating the small stuff. You know, we ain't trying to make nobody's life a living hell. That's so boring. That gets old. You know, everybody has the right to move on and be happy and, you know, be loved the way they want to be. And, you know, just to appreciate their life. Everybody has that right. Don't ever let nobody tell you don't. Ever, ever let nobody tell you that. They don't have control over your life. It's like what our husband tell us. Nobody can stop you but you from making money, being happy, following your dreams, all that. Nobody can. It's within you. Words we like to use: self-esteem, self-love, self-acceptance, self-accountability. Those are all things that can help you heal, believe it or not. You can have better. You can be better. You worth it. Anybody that tells you different is a damn lie. Yeah, we said it. You know, we hate to think about that sometimes, that someone out there is going through that. We wish we could save everybody, but unfortunately we can't. So, you know, we just use our show as a platform and get our voice out there the best as we can. So if anybody that's going through this, you know, look up any domestic violence shelters in your state. Harbor House is a real good one. You can look them up online as well. They helped us relocate and with shelter, food, clothing, took care of our kids. They went back and forth to school. So that's a good organization as well, to help women that's gone through domestic violence. We want to hopefully one day open up our own, you know. Got a lot of dreams and goals, and that stuff we put on hold too, but that's a whole nother show. But that's something we hope to do one day as well. But it's going to be done under the Honorable Elijah Muhammad's teachings. None to Yakub, none to these devils. We don't care if we got to hustle for the next 5 to 10 years to make it happen. We follow the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, 3-year economic plan, we got it. And of course, if we can get enough brothers and sisters that ain't gonna act like some weak pussies and run, talking about you want some teachings, then when we try to give it to you, I don't want this. Then guess what? You're gonna keep going through the same issue you've been going through. Real talk. That's not a shot. We learned that from experience. What's the definition of insanity? Going through the same thing over and over, and you think something different is gonna happen. It's not. It's just gonna be different with a different person. Same situation, different person. That's it. So, with all that being said, you guys, what we about to do is take our next break and play some music for you guys. And we will be back on the Queen Candy Podcast on another episode of our Sunday Positivity Talk. We're talking about domestic violence awareness, guys. y'all. And just like that, we are back on the Queen Candy Podcast on another episode of our Sunday Positivity Talk. We are talking about domestic violence awareness, you guys. And before we go ahead and close out, um, just wanted to say this, give our words of encouragement as best as we can. Nobody, whether you male or female, deserves to go through any kind of domestic violence. Um, you may not feel like you have any power, or you may feel like you're powerless. You may feel like you're not worthy of love, or you're not worthy of somebody's approval, or no matter what you do, it's not going to be good enough for them. All that is a lie. Separate yourself, because people that claim they love you and care about you would never ever do anything to physically harm you. We're not saying anybody is perfect, but it's just some things that does not have to happen in a relationship, in a marriage. Never. And if you can't love somebody, you can't help them, leave them alone and don't hurt them. That would be so beautiful, right? Sound like a dream? Because unfortunately, a lot of people out here don't operate like that. Evil, evil, evil. To anybody that's going through that, or if you know anybody that's going through that, please, we beg y'all, don't ignore them signs. You say starting to withdraw or be antisocial, or not as bubbly and fun as they used to be, whether it's your boy or your homegirl, whatever. Don't ignore it. If you can, safely get them some help. Do your best. If they flat out tell you to back off, then hey, you did everything you could. You just don't judge them. Try to be there as much as you can. Be as supportive as you can. And who knows? They may come around and see that I need to change. I need to get out of this. Now remember, whatever they do ain't up to you. If they choose to stay or save their life, that's not up to you. That's their decision. That's one that we made. Ignoring that and letting it go for way too long, our kindness was taken so much for weakness. Real talk. And like we said, we kicked ourselves for a good little while. But we had to forgive ourselves, because now that we have righteous, better knowledge, we realized and learned why. And every day we get out of this bed, even when we don't feel like it. And we get out there and face this big bad world and do what the hell we got to do. Because we're not as stupid as people think we are. Waiting for us to fail to prove them right. Not that we got anything to prove anyway. But to give up, quit, start over, and we tired of doing all that. We know Allah has given us talents and gifts, and we discovering them more and more as we go along this journey, which has helped us to realize, you're holding yourself back. No more. Yeah, we ain't gonna feel like it. Yeah, we gonna struggle. No, we may not be where everybody else is, but that's cool. We're not trying to be. We don't want to be. Where they're going is gonna get them dead. We're gonna go to hereafter. And we just still, and we always will be, go through changes. Getting rid of the old Lashika, weak, ghetto, loud, argumentative, always angry, got to be right. Just hurt, pain, heartache. All we really knew, and it always outweighed the good, which is why we don't deal with a lot of people anymore. We weren't abused just physically, we were abused emotionally, especially verbally. And that for us, we're going to speak for ourselves, took the longest to heal from the verbal. We still have a scar on our left elbow. And we're going to tell y'all that story next week. Like we said, we ain't protecting nobody. We're not looking out for nobody no more. We have a story to tell. We have a voice. You have a voice. Exercise it. Get out. You don't deserve it. Find resources, find family, somebody you can trust, and it's going to take time. You're going to want to go back. You're going to want to get back together with them. We know. We done been there. Don't. Now, like we say, if they're showing that they changing and it's, genuine from the heart, y'all decide, work it out, whatever, cool. But if they ain't showing that, keep it moving, male or female. We telling y'all. Your life matters. Our Black, beautiful sisters. Let's rise up. It's in us. For any sister, y'all want to hit us up, you got any questions, you want some teachings, we got you. Men, you got to holler at our husband. His name is Mikhail Muhammad. Our apologies, Minister Mikhail Muhammad. Fellas, y'all hit him up. You can find him on any platform. Mikhail Muhammad, hit him up. And ladies, y'all holler at us. We got y'all. We got the blueprint. You just got to have an open heart and an open mind. But we got you from there. All right, you guys. Thank you. Thank you so much for coming to check out another episode of the Queen Candy Podcast on another edition of our Sunday Positivity Talk. As always, y'all know y'all can catch us this and every Sunday at 8:30 a.m. Central Standard Time, spreading positivity and motivation. Y'all can follow us on all platforms, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, and y'all can subscribe to our YouTube channel under the Queen Candy Podcast. So y'all can come catch us every Sunday, 8:30 a.m. We will be talking about domestic violence awareness all month of October. Helping out as much as we can, exercising our voice, sharing our story, and our healing journey. So that's it. That's all, y'all. So with all that being said, you guys, we're going to go ahead and get out of here. Enjoy the rest of our day. We hope you guys do the same. And we will talk to you all next Sunday. Y'all have a good one.